Thank you very much, Mark. Well, Stoke have taken 6 points off Manchester United since Jose Mourinho's appointment at Old Trafford at the start of last season. In fact, in only one of the last 6 seasons have Stoke not taken points off Manchester United in the Premier League. They very often raise their game, Stoke, against tonight's opponents. And Paul Lambert, who is sitting in the director's box, 10 metres away from us, will be able to judge his reactions throughout the evening. He'll be hoping that the team raise their game tonight. The team's been picked, we're told, by Eddie Nesbecki. He's made 3 changes in defence to the back 4. He's brought in the new signing, the Austrian Moritz Bauer. It's his debut tonight. Josh Tymon will be the fullback at the other side, the 18-year-old former Hull player, and Bruno Martins-Indi comes into the defence as well. But it is Chris Waddle, a flat back 4, and they've got a lot of attacking players ahead of that, and it looks like Stoke aren't coming here just to absorb Manchester United tonight. They want to go and attack them.
You know, when you look at it, Connor, the way they've been playing, the results have gone against them, the manager's been sacked, they've got nothing to lose, have they? So to them tonight to go and say, look, this is a game where everybody's going to pencil down home win. So we've got nothing to lose, let's go and take the game to them and see what happens.
Manchester United have only had 1 win in their last 4 Premier League home fixtures. Before that, they'd been on a much better run. But Jose Mourinho hoping that his team are rested and recuperated and refocused after their mid-season warm weather trip to Dubai. They've been away since the last game here, the FA Cup 3rd round win over Derby County. This is, though, Manchester United's first home Premier League game of 2018. The referee, Anthony Taylor, waiting for the instruction from the television producer, and he gets that and he blows the whistle and we're underway. Manchester United defending the Stretford end, red shirts, white shorts, black socks. Stoke in their change strip tonight, predominantly blue with a little red and white dash across the chest. Here is Darren Fletcher, back in very familiar territory, the former Manchester United player. Rolls the ball to Kurt Zouma on loan from Chelsea, and now across to the left full-back position and the teenager Josh Tymon. Stoke playing right to left as we look down. Joe Allen rolls the ball back to Bruno Martins-Indi, the Dutch defender, and he'll send it long in the general direction of Peter Crouch, but not close enough for him to actually get a touch. Antonio Valencia, who's back of the Manchester United team, will prod it forward towards absolutely nobody, though, and that's just returning possession to Stoke.
Well, I've got to say, Stoke started very well, haven't they? Popping the ball around, all right, not going forward as such, but look very confident, good tempo about them. Man United started very slow. As
we've seen at Old Trafford, if visiting teams can come here and put Manchester United on the back foot early, it can take Jose Mourinho's teams some time to respond. So Manchester United 0, Stoke 0. This is 5 Live from the BBC. You can also listen to us on the BBC Sport app tonight. David De Gea, the Manchester United goalkeeper. Antonio Valencia back in the team. His 19th, I should say, appearance in the Premier League this season, along with Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Luke Shaw. They're the defence. Nemanja Matic, the anchor of the midfield. Lingard, Mata, Pogba, Martial, and then Lukaku up front as there's a challenge that goes in on Jesse Lingard, and the referee blows the whistle, and a free kick to Manchester United midway inside the Stoke half.
Yeah, Lingard, Lukaku held the ball up wild, just square ball to Lingard, and Shaqiri running back just catches him. But there's no tempo about Man United. I know it's very early in the game, but they're very slow on the ball.
The weather is not great. Rain lashing down on the pitch at Old Trafford. Here is Phil Jones. Short to Chris Smalling, just nips in field of Peter Crouch. Pogba gets the briefest of touches, and the referee then is going to bring it back for an earlier altercation, a foul by Peter Crouch, when he saw that Paul Pogba wasn't going to get any advantage there. Possession with Nemanja Matic, passes it to the right hand side of the Manchester United defence. Valencia back in field to Chris Smalling. Manchester United have possession, but they are midway inside their own half. In the reverse fixture this season, it was 2-2 in September. Stoke took the lead in that game. Then Manchester United went 2-1 up. Then it was 2-2. Here is Martial attacking down the left-hand side for Manchester United. Sends in a low cross. Closest to it was Lingard, but cleared away from a Stoke point of view. Joe Allen can't make it bite, though, 10 yards outside his own penalty area, but he's been fouled, and the referee blows the whistle, and a chance for Stoke City to clear their lines.
That was the first time Man United put a little bit of tempo into the game, didn't they? And Martial showing his pace, Lukaku a little layoff. and then let's use that pace. They've got a lot of it to offer. And again, we're talking about players sometimes can they wander a little bit more and get them on the ball more. I think Martial's got to do that. This is a good job out wide, don't get me wrong, but there's times where you like to see him just float around a bit.
Stoke team, Butland the keeper, Bowers, Zuma, Martins, Indy and Timon, we told you the back four. Fletcher alongside Joe Allen in the middle of the midfield. Then Shaqiri, Stephen Ireland, Choupo-Moting and Peter Crouch on the attack. For Stephen Ireland, who did play in the FA Cup defeat against Coventry earlier on this month, it's his first Premier League appearance in closing in on 2 years. It was April 2016. He came on as a sub away at Crystal Palace. That's the last time that Stephen Ireland played in the Premier League. He did have a bad injury, a broken leg, and it's taken him a long time to get back into contention, but he'll hope to impress tonight, and they're watching new manager Paul Lambert. Manchester United have possession 10 yards inside the Stoke half. Anthony Martial is wheeling in from the touchline and pirouettes around a full 360 degrees and sets off in motion again. He's got Luke Shaw with him on the left hand side. Shaw immediately is closed down and the ball goes out of play, and that is a throw. And he was tackled there by Moritz Bauer, this 25-year-old Austrian on his Stoke debut, January signing from Ruben Kazam. I wonder what he must feel about the managerial situation. You know, you're signed in the first week of the transfer window, you're going to play for Mark Hughes in the Premier League, and then by the time you've got in the team for the first time, already Hughes is out the door.
End of the day, he's got a Stoke shirt on and he's playing, isn't he? And you get a fair chance.
Here is Shaqiri on the halfway line for Stoke City, the bright red boots. Plays it infield to the shaven-headed Stephen Ireland. And then Josh Timon being put under pressure here by Antonio Valencia. And the ball goes out of play, and that will be a throw into Manchester United.
I think what you see with Stoke is a midfield, Fletcher, Allen, Ireland, all technically quite good. You know, good on the ball, you can say that, they're moving the ball around. But they can't release anybody forward. Peter Crouch is playing, you know, and he's working the two centre-halves as hard as he can. But you haven't got anybody who can run. Joe Allen's probably the best at it, to go and join in with Crouch a bit earlier, but they're just playing back square and there's nobody wants to run forward.
What benefits, Chris, do you expect to see tonight for Manchester United for having this little break in Dubai? Obviously looking at the weather, okay, they've had warm weather, but in December they played 9 games. There can't have been any time for working on the training ground, and Jose Mourinho would have enjoyed having them to himself for a week in Dubai.
Yeah, I think they've had a good time reading his programme notes, and they seem to have had a really good training sessions, working on styles of play. I don't know if he worked on this style of play, playing so slow. You're playing against a team who are struggling on confidence, bottom of the league nearly, or the bottom of the league. You know, you think first 15 minutes, let's go and blitz it, let's go for it, get them on the back foot, high tempo. They haven't. Stoke will be delighted the way Man United started. Stoke
18th in the table, just inside the relegation zone. If they were to win tonight, they would move out of the bottom 3. What a start that would be for Paul Lambert to have the team out of the relegation zone before he's officially taken the reins. Here is Jesse Lingard on the edge of the Stoke penalty area, gives it back to Mata. Good ball into the box. There's appeals for a penalty. Martial has gone down under a challenge from the debutant Moritz Bauer, and he was quite emphatic there in his appeal, was Anthony Martial. As it is, the ball carried through to the arms of the goalkeeper Jack Butland. What do you make of that, Chris Watt?
That's a pen. That's a pen for me. I think Matt has put a great ball in. It's an awkward one to deal with. Bauer's got really tight. He's ended up going to the ground, but he's took Martial down with him. And the referee's got a great view when we see the replay, and I think he should have given up.
So quite a start to the game for Moritz Bauer. First appearance for Stoke, and within the first 9 minutes of the game, he might well have given away a penalty, and I think we'll chalk that one down as getting away with it. He's nowhere near the ball. He just leans into Anthony Martial and knocks him over. I mean, it's not a violent kick or anything like that, but he just falls into it.
I think he lost his balance, and he just started falling downwards. He thought, I'll take Martial with us.
Header down by Peter Crouch to Joe Allen on the halfway line for Stoke. Stephen Ireland gives it back to Kurt Zouma, who's been very much a regular in the team. He's only missed 2 of Stoke's Premier League games this season. Darren Fletcher forward to Choupo-Moting, and now there's lots of room on the left-hand side for Josh Timon. And give it back in field again. The Stoke fans are cheering every pass at the moment as Darren Fletcher whips a really long-range pass over to the right wing, which Shaqiri tried to control in a sort of Cristiano Ronaldo-style chop. And it's a wonderful idea, but so difficult to execute that. And he puts it out of play for a goal kick.
It's wet the surface. Yeah. It's non-stop rain we've had, and it's a great idea, as you say. But again, Stoke, lovely football, but they haven't got an outlet. They haven't got anybody who can run, where they can thread a ball through, or even for Crouch to lay one off, a little header. There's nobody running past Peter Crouch.
Chris Smalling in possession, 15 yards outside the Manchester United penalty area. Rolls it to his left-hand side into Phil Jones, now through Pogba to Martial on the halfway line. The big talking point so far was Anthony Martial fouled. Should it have been a Manchester United penalty so early in the game? Here is Antonio Valencia, short to Jesse Lingard. Back again to Chris Smalling. And here is Phil Jones. Stoke happy enough for Manchester United to have possession in those defensive areas, but now they'll get tight as Manchester United push into midfield. And Mata to the left-hand side to Martial, short to Pogba. Good turn by Paul Pogba, 10 yards outside the penalty area. Loads of space on the right here now for Antonio Valencia. Steps into the box, it's on his left foot, hits it well, hits it to the back of the net. Manchester United score. 9 minutes played at Old Trafford. Pogba influential in the build-up there, but Antonio Valencia did so well for his third goal of the season. Manchester United 1, Stoke City 0.
Yeah, great goal, absolute fantastic strike by Valencia. Pogba does well in the midfield, doesn't he? Gets the ball out of him. The fullback now timing, he's got to let him push him wide. He's let him come inside, and he may say it's his weaker foot. It's still a very good left foot he's got, Valencia. Great bit of play by Pogba, and he lets him come inside. He lets him just dominate. He's got to get closer, comes inside. You can't argue with a strike. No goal is going to save that. Time's got to get closer. Lets him come inside. Wallop, left foot. What a goal!
On his so-called weaker foot, that was thunderstruck from Antonio Valencia. Scored against Everton in September. Scored against Arsenal in December. That's a very well-worked goal, and just the start that Jose Mourinho would have been hoping for, and just the start that Paul Lambert, sitting to our left, would have been dreading. He officially takes the reins tomorrow as Stoke manager, but he's here, he's in the director's box, and already he's going to see how his team cope with being behind in the game. Manchester United 1, Stoke City 0, the goal from Antonio Valencia. Throw into Manchester United, taken by the goal scorer, gets it back from Lingard. They're careless between the two of them, and Choupo-Moting is able to nip in and regain possession. Tymon, who was turned by Valencia on the edge of the penalty area for the goal. And Ireland now back out to Choupo-Moting once again. Crossing position, left-hand side, decent ball in with his left foot, headed away by Smalling to Darren Fletcher on the edge of the penalty area. Stabs it back in. Shaqiri with the scissors kick. It was on target, you know. David De Gea made the save, but it was more flamboyant than dangerous.
Well, he's got the ability. You could easily see that go in the top corner, couldn't you? I thought he would have just brought it down. It was a good ball in, wasn't it? To a good pass to him, I thought. Chest it, bring it down. But Fletcher just hangs one up. He could easily have brought that down. But good effort, very good effort.
Manchester United lead Stoke by 1-0. A reminder that Flintoff, Savage and the Ping Pong Guy back tonight at 10 o'clock on BBC Radio 5 Live. And here is Luke Shaw in possession for Manchester United, who are 1-0 up. Plays it forward towards Romelu Lukaku, who's hardly had a touch in the match actually. Well, that's a good feed back to Mata, and then Mata wanted to push it in front of Lukaku, but he put too much on it, and it rolls through to Jack Butland.
The thing Man United's got, what Stoke haven't got, is pace, and it shows. When Man United, they pass it around, 4 or 5 passes, whether it be Martial, whether it be Lukaku, Lingard, change your pace, causes problems all the time. Stoke haven't got any.
Big crowd at Old Trafford, as there always is. Mind you, quite a number of empty seats in the Stretford end. You can see a lot of red plastic down there, particularly around the tunnel area, which you don't often see in Premier League games. A few patches on the far side as well in the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. It's the first home game of 2018, and Manchester United away from home, first home league game I should say. They're away from home for the next 3 in a row. They face Burnley at Turf Moor on Saturday, then it's Yeovil away in the FA Cup, and Manchester United will play Tottenham at Wembley before the end of January. Here comes Phil Jones, and a little back heel by Lukaku works out very well. Lingard looking up for support now. Here comes Valencia up from right back. He's not going to do it again, is he? No, this time on his right boot, tries to cross. Tymon got closer to him that time, didn't allow Valencia the space. Manchester United will remain in the attack. Mata has it, left-footed, glides it across the edge of the penalty area. Shaw's first touch was good, sends it across that was less good, low, straight at Zuma. Zuma clears away for Stoke.
I think Mourinho will be delighted. I think they're being patient, but then all of a sudden they just go through the gears, Man United, and Stoke's finding it very hard to live with them when they do that.
Shaqiri, he's caught in possession outside the penalty area, but Martial is deemed to have fouled him. Not sure about that. Anthony Martial would have had a clean run in up to the box, but the referee's whistle means it's a free kick to Stoke.
He wasn't going to give it at first. I think Shaqiri sort of put his arms up as if to say, you're going to give that or what? And then he did. He let play go on for a couple of seconds.
He's sort of prodded, he's put his feet through Shaqiri's legs to prod the ball away. But I don't think that's a foul.
No.
1-0 Manchester United lead. Here is Darren Fletcher on the halfway line for Stoke. Gets it back from Shaqiri, then sprays a longer range effort down that right channel looking for the new man, Moritz Bauer, the Austrian. He made a good run forward, but Fletcher's pass was in front of him, and that goes out for a goal kick for David De Gea, away to our left-hand side. 4 clean sheets in his last 10 games for David De Gea. Conceded twice, though, against Stoke when these sides met at the Bet365 Stadium in September. Mata keeps the ball in play down below us. Jose Mourinho's pulled the hood up over his head, the rain falling heavily here at Old Trafford. We didn't get this weather in Dubai. This is Luke Shaw, close to the halfway line. Manchester United playing from left to right. If you're just tuning our way on 5 Live tonight, very well worked goal. Pogba with a turn that created a bit of forward thrust. Valencia was right up with him, controlled it outside the penalty area, glided in onto his left boot and then struck it to the far corner. Great strike off his left boot. Well, Martial could have been away there. I think it clipped his heel. Mata helps it on to Anthony Martial once again. Martial playing on the left of the attack. Lingard's been pretty much in the free roaming role behind Lukaku. And here is Luke Shaw in a crossing position wide in the left. Bauer goes out to try and keep tabs on him. Shaw retreats, almost gives it away, but Martial does get possession for Manchester United. Now they've lost it. Joe Allen in front of Stephen Ireland. Matic tries to get a nibble. Nutmeg by Stephen Ireland and Paul Pogba. Choupo-Moting back into Stephen Ireland once again. 15 yards inside the Manchester United half. Now Shaqiri goes long, looking for the forehead of Peter Crouch. Crouch, a little cushion header down for himself. He's got Smalling for company. He's in the penalty area, Crouch, and he rolls it back out to Darren Fletcher once again. Stoke remain on the attack. Timon up from left back. Feeds it back in field to Darren Fletcher, now under pressure from Mata. He's having to retreat to the halfway line and he's given it away, Darren Fletcher. But then Antonio Valencia is careless himself. Shaqiri now has it for Stoke, 10 yards outside the Manchester United penalty area. Turns, tees up Joe Allen, maybe thought about a shot for half a second. Instead he's rolled it to Bauer on the right hand side, pulls in across low, straight at Jones. Good build up from Stoke but no end product. And now Martial thought he was away on the far side, but he just failed to keep the ball in play.
That was a good attack by Stoke. Because they haven't got runners in behind as such, they haven't got pace in the team, so it was good passing, good movement, no end product.
Can there be an end product here? Bauer crosses from the right, picks out Stephen Ireland, turns and shoots and puts it wide. What a good chance that was. He was given the space in the penalty area, Ireland, to control the ball, to turn and to shoot, and he'll be very disappointed he didn't hit the target.
Well, Manchester United fell asleep, didn't they? They let the ball come in the box very easy. Who's picking him up? He's standing, 13, 14 yards out. Nobody near him, and as you say, he should hit the target at least.
You know that Stephen Ireland's furious with himself because he literally punched himself in the head. He just clenched a fist and punched himself in the head. Don't do that again, Stephen. First Premier League appearance in 996 days for Stephen Ireland. He did play in the FA Cup against Coventry. Tonight he's back in the Premier League and it looks like he's kind of got a free roaming role in behind Peter Crouch.
He has, but he hasn't played for such a long time and he will tire, but good footballer. He was renowned, he was very good at that, running in behind people, stretching teams, you know, and obviously coming back from injury it'll take a while to get like he was.
We've played 17 minutes at Old Trafford. The goal came early for the man in possession at the moment, Luis Valencia. Mata helping it on, but Martins Indy slides in and briefly gets possession for Stoke, but they don't hold on to it. Here is Matic to the far side to Anthony Martial. Back into the Manchester United half again. Shaw to Jones and now into the centre circle. And Pogba's done that little turn again. And this time he looked to be fouled by Fletcher, but play on, says the referee. Fair challenge. Here comes Choupo-Moting. Very well closed down by Nemanja Matic. Quickly in and cutting off any threat at source. And Matic comes away with possession midway inside the Manchester United half. Pogba was certainly been fouled there, but the referee, who was close to it, said fair challenge by Darren Fletcher. Here is Paul Pogba in possession. Crossing position on the right hand side, gives it back to Nemanja Matic, 10 yards outside the box. Here he is, little flick. Challenge comes in from Stephen Ireland. Play on, says the referee. Lots of room for Pogba here. Wide on the right. 3 Manchester United players in the penalty area. Mata almost allowed it go past his body at the front post, and Stephen Ireland has possession and he'll clear it away for Stoke. Terrible clearance. Gave it straight to Valencia. Manchester United come again. Little chop turn by Pogba. Then he tees up Lingard. Lingard is surely fouled. He is fouled just outside the D, and a free kick for Manchester United in a dangerous position. Joe Allen, the man who fouled it.
Stoke can't live with Man United when they just up the tempo slightly. They don't have to raise it a lot. A great bit of skill by Pogba we saw there. But yeah, it is a foul. Joe Allen catches Lingard on the edge of the box. But when Man United up the tempo, Stoke find it very hard.
This has got Juan Mata written all over it. It is slightly right of centre. It is about 6 yards, if that, outside the penalty area. And the wall will be erected a few paces inside the box. Pogba is standing there as well, but surely on ceremony. This is Mata's prime position.
Well, it's ideal for a left over the wall. It's a big wall, so Crouch is in it. Pogba might fancy reversing it. Catch the goalie out.
Juan Mata's got an own goal against Stoke not so long ago, but this time it's a poor free kick, played straight into the wall. Shaqiri comes away with possession. They've 11 back behind the wall. Back behind the ball had Stoke there, so there was no one for Shaqiri to pass to, and in the end he's probably succeeded as much as he was going to get there by forcing Matic to put the ball out of play on the far side. So Stoke will have a throw in on the halfway line. In fact, they give it a free kick. Matic deemed to have fouled Shaqiri. Manchester United leading Stoke by a 1-0 on 5 Live. Kurt Zouma in possession. The new Stoke manager is sitting in the director's box to our left, Paul Lambert. I wonder what sort of mood he'll be. Will he be itching to give instructions as to what he thinks could improve? Or is he going to be calm and say, well, look, it's not my gig yet. I'm going to watch and observe what they do without my intervention and then make those decisions. Here comes Joe Allen. Good surging run, actually. Choupo-Moting's on the edge of the penalty area, stepping into the box now. Gets a shot in on target, but straight to the goalkeeper, David De Gea. But that's a bit more like it for
a little
Stoke.
bit. Joe Allen's the one who carried them forward there with a little bit of pace, but they've all got to get back now.
Yeah, they've committed bodies forward, and now Stoke need to retreat. Martial, poor ball, wanted to play it in front of Lukaku, but it's way too far in front of him and comfortably through to Jack Butland. 20 minutes played.
Stoke in possession look okay, don't they? You know, they pass it, nice, square, triangles, and then they get over the halfway lane, they've got no runners, and they just run out of ideas. There's no pace in the side.
Last season, Stoke came here to Old Trafford and drew in the Premier League. Here is Bauer, the new Austrian player. Good ball to the edge of the penalty area. Shaqiri to Stephen Ireland. He's missed again. This time it was a better opportunity. He's on the penalty spot. The ball at his feet. The goal at his mercy. Stephen Ireland hits it to the left and wide.
Well, he keeps getting in that box, and I don't know in midfield whether it be Matic or Pogba, but nobody checks him. You can watch on the. I'm getting a replay here. He's run through the whole lot of midfield. Little touch off. Oh, and he's got to hit the target again. He's in a great position, 12 yards out. Oh, he's just got to hit the target. He scores. Stephen
Ireland's last Premier League goal was in 2013. He scored against Chelsea. He's had 2 big chances in this game, and really Stoke could and perhaps should be level. What an opportunity. Right on the penalty spot, clear side of goal. You've at least, I mean, there's no guarantee you'll beat De Gea. We know what a good goalkeeper is, but you've at least got to test it. Manchester United still lead thanks to Antonio Valencia's early goal. Here is Chris Smalling, midway inside the Manchester United half. Gives it out to Valencia, who's bang on the halfway line on the right. Infield to Juan Mata. Runs away from Darren Fletcher. Then Choupo-Moting comes hacking in on him. Fairly though, wins possession back. Crouch, very tight up against the touchline. Mata gets a little touch on it again. It wasn't a foul.
Mourinho and Mata are saying to the referee it wasn't a foul at all.
Stoke have only had 1 win away from home in the Premier League this season. They've only picked up 6 points in their travels. They began this game tonight inside the relegation zone on 20 points, 1 point better off than West Brom, who did get a first win under Alan Pardew on Saturday. I was at the Hawthorns for that game. Swansea 2 points further back, but Stoke know that they are within 3 points of the bottom of the table. Matic to Pogba, just over the halfway line. Helps it out to Valencia on the right touchline. Infield to Juan Mata. Now he's pushed it in front of Valencia. Has he got the pace here to get there ahead of Bruno Martins Indy? Good recovery from the Dutch defender, sliding in and puts it out for a Manchester United throw.
Well, they're getting a lot of joy down the right hand side of Valencia at the time, and they didn't know whether to show him inside, outside. He ends up standing 5 yards off and let him do what he wants. He's got to get closer to him and force him into one direction.
First of the FA Cup third round replays tomorrow night on 5 Live as Pogba swings in an almost lazy sort of cross, never got any power on it, and easily held on to by the goalkeeper Jack Butland. FA Cup third round replays over the next 2 evenings here on 5 Live. And I've been told we can't remind you often enough that Flintoff Savage and the ping pong guy is back tonight on 5 Live at 10 o'clock. Here is Choupo-Moting inside the centre circle. Joe Allen's got a bit of space and he's picked out by Choupo-Moting here. Gets to the edge of the penalty area, but he'd almost run out of steam by the time he came to cross it, and he couldn't get any power on it, and it was a poor cross and easily picked up by the Manchester United defenders. So Manchester United build from deep once again, and it's Antonio Valencia in the right full-back position, back in the team tonight. Had been suffering from a hamstring problem. Stephen Ireland wins possession of the midfield, and he's been fouled by Pogba. Free kick to Stoke midway inside the Manchester United half.
It's Pogba, a little bit of frustration here. He thought Ireland took the ball off him just before that. When it comes back to him, he thinks should have got a foul, and he must have thought, right, you're getting it, and he did get it. He should have got a yellow there, actually. Yeah,
that was quite cynical from Paul Pogba. Free kick to Stoke, too far out for a shot, even for Shaqiri, but decent platform here to try and create something. Zuma's gone forward, floated into the box, headed by Martial away to the side. And Moritz Bauer will pick that up, and he'll hack in a really high cross. Underneath it is De Gea, who fumbled. Choupo-Moting, and it goes out for a corner. The Manchester United goal is leading a charmed life here. Stephen Ireland couldn't hit the target a moment ago. Choupo-Moting, with De Gea out of position, sees his shot deflected for a corner.
Well, he should do better, De Gea, to cross the far post. You know Peter Crouch, how powerful he is in here. Again, they're all looking for the free kicks. Is there a free kick? Well, I thought Peter Crouch got up nice and early, so I think the referee got that right.
That was back to basics for Stoke. It was a hacked cross, just boomed in the air as the corner comes in. De Gea fingertips it away again to the edge of the penalty area. Allen nods it back in. More dominant header away though by Chris Smalling, and Pogba will come away with possession of the far side. That's a very smart turn to get around Joe Allen, and now veering infield is Paul Pogba. He's got Mata up ahead of it. Stoke is still retreating. Valencia tried to take it off the toe of Mata. That didn't work out as slickly as either player hoped, but Manchester United do hold on to possession. Mata gives it back to Phil Jones. Yeah, it was very much old school Stoke, that just boom in a high cross, and De Gea under pressure from Peter Crouch, doing what he does so well, wasn't able to gather it. Martial here shoots down the other end, but he was miles out and he doesn't catch it cleanly, and that sails high over the top and out for a goal kick. We've played 25 minutes at Old Trafford. Valencia's goal. It's Manchester United 1, Stoke City 0.
Good goal, brilliant goal by Valencia. Maybe should have a pen as well when Martial, for me, did get fouled. But apart from that, couple of moments when they've upped the tempo, they've looked threatening, but I've got to say they've been disappointing really. And Stoke have played some nice football. Problem they've got is they can't get beyond. Even saying that, Stephen Ireland could have had a hat-trick.
Goal kick to the visitors Stoke. Jack Butland clears it long down the field, flick on predictably by Peter Crouch. Shaqiri will chase it, and Phil Jones didn't do anything fancy, just rolled the ball out of play for a throw into Stoke. So they will be on the attack on the right hand side. A few Stoke substitutes are warming up down there as well. They're all wearing a lot of layers, all of them. They sort of look like the Michelin Man. They're kind of inflated down there. They've got so many layers and pads on. Here comes the throw in from Bauer on the far side. He did find the head of Crouch, but he couldn't get a firm flick onto it. Matta's neat and tidy on the edge of the penalty area, and Valencia should be able to clear away for Manchester United. Gives it short to Pogba, who this time was aware that Ireland was coming in to nudge him, and he was able to ride the challenge. Plays it across midfield to Shaw, and that's not a good pass. It was intended for Lingard. It was overstruck. Lingard's frustrated, and he has fouled Kurt Zouma. Manchester United's passing in midfield, with one or two exceptions, has not been great tonight.
No, I think they've had the odd occasion. They've been disappointing, got to say. Stoke lacking confidence. Alright, might have a new manager sat in the stand, which probably a few of them have put an extra bit of yardage in, but they've looked the better side passing the ball. Butland in possession, bright luminous yellow.
And he's just stabbed it out towards Bauer on the halfway line, well controlled by the Austrian, just chested it down for Shaqiri. He's settling into the game a little bit after a shaky start. And if you weren't with us for the early stages of commentary, Moritz Bauer on his Stoke debut might well have given away a penalty early on, only appealed to commit a foul in the box, and Martial. Here is Juan Mata after good work by Lukaku to keep the ball in play. Pogba now has it, halfway line to Lukaku on the right wing. The defence already backing away from him. Lukaku shrugs off the attempts of Choupo-Moting to tackle him. Here comes the cross, left-footed, brilliant delivery in. Zuma under extreme pressure, heads it out for a corner. Lukaku, who's been quiet, that was explosive.
I was just going to say the same thing. I've not saw anything of Lukaku in the game. I was so forward, that was good. Little drag back onto his left foot, whips at him with a lot of pace, hard to deal with. Stoke clear the lanes, corner.
Romelu Lukaku, who scored 11 goals in his first 10 games for Manchester United. Since then, it's been just 5 goals in 21 appearances. But he did score against Derby the last game here, the FA Cup match. Cross from the left-hand side by Martial is headed away by Martin Zindi, and then a sort of half-hearted shot comes back in from Luke Shaw that was never going to trouble Jack Butland. So 1-0 Manchester United still lead. Luke Shaw playing for just the 5th time this season in the Premier League. Started last season, of course. Jose Mourinho publicly named him as an underperformer in the team. He's not had many opportunities, but he is in from the start this evening. As Matic gives the ball to Manchester United's right back, Valencia. He's got a lot of grass to run into here. Flicks it out to Juan Mata, the right wing, forward to Paul Pogba. Drifts over near the corner flag now. He's going to try and hold off Darren Fletcher. Looked like the last touch came off Fletcher. Yes, the referee's assistant points to the corner flag, and it will be a corner to Manchester United on the right-hand side with half an hour now played on the clock.
Yeah, Matty say at the corner. You can't really say Man United has pulled the Stoke team around or moved them, and Stoke look very comfortable. A great goal by Valencia, we know, making it 1-0, but apart from that, Stoke have handled them very well.
The rain falls incessantly. Lingard has possession after the short corner. He swings in across. Out comes the goalkeeper. Butland commanded his penalty area well. It was busy. They'd all been up for the corner. And Moritz Bauer made a great surging run away, and he was hoping that Jack Butland was going to ping it out to him. That's showing enthusiasm anyway from Bauer. He's like Usain Bolt there. He went from penalty area to halfway line in about 4 seconds.
And his arm was swinging around when he's going, kick it, kick it.
And all his teammates are going, yeah, you've not been here long, have you? Manchester United 1, Stoke City 0. And if you're just joining our coverage here, there's been 3 very good opportunities for Stoke in the game. 2 of them for Stephen Ireland. Didn't hit the target with either. And Choupo-Moting, who, well, we'll never know if his shot would have hit the target or not because it was deflected out for a corner. But what was significant at the time was that De Gea was out of position. So anything on target would have had an excellent chance of going in. Maybe Stoke will feel they deserve to be on level terms given that many good opportunities in the game. And you have to say, apart from the excellent strike from Valencia, Manchester United haven't troubled Jack Butland all that much. Butland is in possession at the moment. The red boots, clears it right-footed down the right channel towards Crouch, gets the flick on as always, and Jones nods it out of play. You know, it's so rudimentary from Stoke, but it gets them up the field. It's like kicking for territory in rugby. They boot it long, Crouch flicks it on, a defender puts it out for a throw. And in the Rory Delap days, this was a seriously dangerous position.
Well, play to your strengths, don't you?
Absolutely. And throw in taken short to Stephen Ireland. They're going to lose it here, Stoke. Now they've committed bodies forward. This is where Manchester United could profit. Lingard scattering over the halfway line. Pushes it in front of Lukaku. Makes up the ground very well to get there first. Now gives it back to Lingard just outside the box. Tries to flick it with the outside of the right boot. It goes straight into the stomach of Stephen Ireland. That was a miscue by Jesse Lingard. Stoke are going to come away with possession. Lingard surely fouled by Pogba, and that's going to be a free kick to Stoke.
Oh, wasted opportunities. Lukaku and Lingard break very, very well. They've got the pace, but no end product.
Joe Allen down there, who scored against Manchester United last season. He started all but 2 of Stoke's Premier League games for this campaign. It's not been a successful season so far. Mark Hughes has been shown the door, and tonight Paul Lambert is watching in the director's box before he takes full control of the club tomorrow. We're told it's through to the end of the season, and then they'll see what's what. But if Paul Lambert can keep Stoke up in the Premier League, I think he'll have a very good chance of holding on to the job. Here is Shaqiri Crossing position on the right hand side, tries a little trick to go around Martial. He's still going Shaqiri into the box, but Martial stood his ground, managed to shake the Swiss international off the ball, and Manchester United clear away. Poor clearance, but Timon can't do anything with it. Pogba collects the ball, strong and rumbustrous in the centre circle is Pogba, and then when he hits it towards Lukaku, it comes straight back to him. Pogba goes high this time, looping it towards Martial, who wins the header. Down for Lingard. Lingard, though, well challenged by Darren Fletcher, and he pushes him further back away from the Stoke penalty area. Lingard to the near touchline, to Valencia, who's now going to attack the penalty area. Gives it short to Mata. Lovely touch. Back to Mata. Goes down to the penalty area. Wants a penalty. And the referee immediately waves. And Bruno Martins Indi, who was the defender there, came over and stood over Juan Mata. And I think rather than he did anything wrong, the referee was worried he might be about to. So he repeatedly blew the whistle and sprinted over there. But clearly Bruno Martins Indi felt that Juan Mata was trying to kid the referee, was trying to dive.
He did, but if you give him that credit, he stands up, he actually shouts, he looks at the referee, he goes, no, I didn't, I don't get, it's not a pen, leave it. He actually apologised, I think, so he did the right thing. If anything,
Mata stands on Martins Indi's foot, and maybe that's put him off stride, but he goes up straight, he goes, I didn't dive, I just fell over. 10 minutes to go to half time. That's 2 penalty appeals Manchester United have had in the game, and I don't think he was ever going to get that one though, Juan Mata. Here is Pogba in possession for Manchester United, playing from left to right here. Pogba near the halfway line, to the near touchline, to Valencia, scoops it up onto the chest of Mata under pressure from Fletcher. He's got to retreat, and Smalling will help it all the way back to the goalkeeper. It kind of feels like a game that Manchester United fans are very much relieved they've got that early goal, because I think if it was 0-0, the tone of our commentary would be very different, Chris.
I don't think they've played well, and to Mourinho it's 1-0, they're winning the game, but you've got to say that they've not really got anything going consistently. They've got a spell, a little attack where you think went nearly, but overall so far in this game they've not really, for me, not done anything.
No, compared to the attacking nature of that game at Anfield yesterday, this is like watching a different sport. Here is Pogba near the halfway line. Manchester United playing left to right. Now he swings it long. That's an ambitious ball. Let's see if Shaw gets on it. What a ball from Pogba. Shaw to Martial. Steadies, shoots, deflected by Zuma, and out for a corner. That was a remarkable pass from Paul Pogba. It must have covered on the angle something close to 60 yards, and it was perfect.
Brilliant ball, left foot, didn't he? He actually pointed to Shaw, run, and I'll hit it. You've got to say, a lot of Man United players haven't done that tonight. They haven't made options for players like Pogba on the ball.
Lingard rolls the corner short to Martial. Mata's over there, but Stephen Ireland nips in and wins the ball back and clears it away. But all that's doing is returning possession to Manchester United, because Stoke had everyone back behind the ball. Here is Valencia, the right-hand side of the midfield, midway inside the Stoke half. Gives it to Pogba, who I think was hoping Timon was going to lunge in on him there, because he flicked it with a first touch, but Timon had actually stood off, and that's good work for the teenager to briefly win back the ball, and then he goes in firm again on Valencia. Good play, good defending from Josh Timon. It's a Manchester United throw, and it still rains at Old Trafford.
Yeah, Pogba, as you say, he thought he was going to dive in, didn't he? He thought, I'll just push it past him, I'm away, but good defending that time by Stoke. Stoke's done okay. As I said, if they had a bit of pace up front, I think somebody from midfield could really run past people with pace. I think it would cause them a lot more problems.
Not massively attractive fare to commentate on here, Chris. Just in terms of sort of the options, if Alexis Sanchez was to sign for Manchester United, do you think you would give them more of that attacking zip, more of that in a moment? Because Bauer's off in another of these charging runs, and he's been picked out well, but then he sort of fluffed it as he tried to send in the cross. Crouch was the only one up with him, and that was easily picked up by David De Gea. Decent counter-attack though from Stoke.
I can't see Bauer lost in the 90 minutes. He's doing like 70, 80 runs, and I mean, these are sprints, they're not just jogging, he's sprinting. But he tried to shoot there, he's actually, he hasn't connected properly with the ball, and it's ended up going across the box.
No, you're right, that wasn't supposed to be a cross, was it? He was trying to shoot. He is putting in a shift. Moritz Bauer, 25-year-old, January signing from Rubin Kazan, Austrian defender, and he's like Cafu up and down that flank at the moment, just lung-busting runs. Will he last the 90? He's maybe out of position here. He's just struggling to get back as Lukaku comes forward to the right-hand side. Bauer does get his position now in the penalty area. Here's Pogba, just on the edge. Oh, look at the space for Martial! 2-0 to Manchester United. Stoke's defending there was criminal. Anthony Martial, given the freedom of Old Trafford on the edge of the penalty area, and he quite literally was allowed to pick his spot. He says merci, and it's 2-0 to Manchester United.
Well, Pogba again. Well, you got to say he's been the greatest player in a Man United shirt tonight by far, and he just picks it up. But I've got to say, so much like Valencia's goal, this is a quality finish. You don't see many better than this. Look, he just wraps his right foot round it, just inside the D, doesn't put his foot right through it, controls it inside the foot, bends it, but then absolutely no chance. That is a class finish.
Valencia scored after 8 minutes. Anthony Martial scored after 38 minutes, and Manchester United now in control at Old Trafford. Both assists from Paul Pogba.
Yeah, Pogba's been, for me, best player in a Man United shirt. He's some of his range and his ideas, but he seems to be forcing it. It's like saying to players, move and I'll give you the ball. You know, they should automatically, when Pogba picks it up, he should make runs, because he's that good, he'll find you.
What does Stoke do now? Eddie Nezvecki, who's down there, he's now standing on the edge of the technical area. You can see he's doing that sort of mouthing shape with his hands. He's clapping his thumb to his other fingers. He wants his team to communicate with each other. He says, come on, we're a team. Suddenly, from actually making chances, getting involved, looking at the chance of getting a level terms, Stoke just look in disarray now all of a sudden. Their body language, their shoulders are all drooping. Now they realise the impact of going 2-0 down away from home.
Yeah, it's obviously tough task, and I think they've done all right, to be fair. I don't think, I was expecting just one-way traffic. I just thought it was going to be Man United, and they've had some good chances. Stephen Ireland, Crouch at the far post. They've been in the game, but you've got to say they've been finished 2 goals down by 2 really top-class finishes.
Yeah. No, that's it, yeah. I mean, there was too much space given to Martial. You could call it a defensive error, but there's no goalkeeper going to save either of the 2 shots. They were very well struck. First from Valencia, then from Martial. It's Anthony Martial's 10th goal for his club this season. Scored against Stoke in this game in each of the last 2 years. It was one last year. It was 3-0 to Manchester United here the year before. Tonight on 5 Live Sport for the BBC, Manchester United are already 2-0 up this evening. They've really only had 2 proper shots at goal. They've scored with both of them.
Look at the rain.
The rain is unbelievable. It's been illuminated by the bright floodlights, and it is just cannoning down, raining cats and dogs on the banks of Salford Quays. Possession with Phil Jones on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. You can talk about relaxation and recuperation in Dubai. Manchester United, with this cushion, can relax a little bit in the game tonight here at Old Trafford. A reminder of what's coming up: 3 away games in a row. Burnley at Turf Moor on Saturday, Yeovil away in the FA Cup the following weekend, and then Tottenham at Wembley before the end of January. Here is Juan Mata trying to set Martial away. It's a great ball from Mata. Martial allows it bounce. He's got control of it in the penalty area. Turns Bauer, tees up Lukaku. Lukaku just couldn't receive it, and Martins Indy is able to clear away. But again, Manchester United looking threatening on the attack.
Great run, great ball. Martial using his pace and picks Lukaku out, who really, first touches let him down.
Last 5 minutes or so, Manchester United beginning to look much more of a dangerous presence in attack, as Zoom under pressure just hacks the ball away and puts it out for a throw-in. Throw-in to Manchester United, attacking position down the left-hand side. They've scored 2 already, and they're beginning to take the shackles off a bit here. Pogba pulling the strings in midfield. Lukaku beginning to get more and more involved. Maybe if there is one player that I want to see a bit more of, it could be Jesse Lingard, who's scored 8 goals in his last 10 games. He's been relatively quiet tonight.
Yeah, he's been in that number 10 type role, but as you say, not been involved at all in the game.
Pogba, 15 yards inside the Stoke half, and again one of these long-ranging, searching passes, and picking out Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Good first touch from Shaw to come infield of Bauer. Shaw rolls it, Martial. Now he'll cross. Lukaku gets up at the far post and nods it down, but he can't pick out a teammate. Lingard is appealing that he was fouled there. He was trying to run into position. I don't think he would have got the ball anyway, but he's appealing he'd been dragged to the ground. Referee is having none of that. Manchester United have possession again, but now they're back on the halfway line. Martial was given a lot of space again there in the penalty area. Here is Pogba, looking up, searching, playing it in for Martial, finding him, but the flag is raised.
Great ball. Martial, when Pogba picks the ball up, people like Lukaku, Martial, Lingard should just make runs forward. Just make a run, because he'll pick one of you.
The last couple of seasons, Wayne Rooney played a lot of these crossfield balls, these sort of big 50, 60 yards, and he was scoring for
a ball on it.
Pogba does it with more thrust, or so it's getting behind the defence rather than across the defence.
I think Wayne Rooney like that crossfield pass, but Pogba puts it through gaps to run onto, and you end up running on towards the goal, which you want to do. So, but yeah, I just think that the players could move a little bit earlier for him and give him more options, because he will hit you.
Manchester United lead Stoke City by 2-0. We've got 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Edin Nezvecki takes a drink from a plastic bottle, and he'll be thinking what he's going to say for his team talk. It'll be Paul Lambert in the hot seat from tomorrow, but Edin Nezvecki, the man who's in charge tonight. Lambert is here, sitting just to our left in the director's box. He's already seen his new charges concede twice tonight. Here's a Stoke free kick, played in by Shaqiri into the penalty area, headed down and off target by Kurt Zouma. Zouma, who has scored once in the Premier League this season. As has been the story of all the Stoke chances tonight, they've had a few of them off target. Pogba picks up possession of the midfield, helps it on to Lukaku, fancies a run here up against Joe Allen. Oh, Joe Allen's blowing out through his ears here as he tries to keep up with Lukaku, turns at the byline, back to Pogba, had a little look up there to see where Martial was, and he tried to guide it to him on the edge of the box, but Shaqiri was alert and was able to win it, but Stoke can't hold on to the ball. Martial shoots again, went for that same top corner he scored a moment ago, this time too high. Yeah,
don't stop doing it, because he's a striker and he's going to be judged on goals as much as anything, but they're starting to tire a little bit as well. Stoke getting sloppy, giving the ball away in silly areas. I mean, there's the confidence, we know they're struggling, 2-0 down, but they've just got to keep plugging away.
After Manchester City were beaten yesterday, beaten for the first time in the Premier League this season, a win for Manchester United tonight would move them to 50 points played, 12 points behind Manchester City with the same number of games played. It's still not going to be a title race to get any way excited about yet. Here is Valencia coming forward on the right hand side, pushes for the Lingard, who's offside. The assistant raises. Lingard wasn't going to get onto it anyway in the penalty area, but had he done so, he was offside.
Yeah, good run. As I say, the movement's got to be better from the attackers of Man United, but he just went a little bit too early. He was offside. He said he wasn't, but he was.
Second against third bottom in the Premier League. Manchester United leading 2-0. Goals from Valencia and Martial. Left foot from Valencia from the right hand side, and I think it was right foot, wasn't it, from Martial from the left. Here is Shaqiri running across the edge of the Manchester United penalty area, teed it up for Joe Allen, and did Joe Allen's shot hit Shaqiri? Oh dear.
Yep.
It cannoned into his teammate from point blank range. Here he is again, Shaqiri. Lovely first touch, lovely second touch, brilliant save by David De Gea. Well, Shaqiri did everything right there. Teed up the opportunity, shot low, heading for the bottom corner. David De Gea does what David De Gea does best. Excellent save. And that is the final action of the first half. Half-time at Old Trafford. Stoke have certainly had the chances, Chris Waddle. That's the first serious save, though, David De Gea's had to make.
Yeah, Aylan's missed the target on a couple of occasions, but that was brilliant play by Shaqiri. The way he faint to go with his left foot, comes on side, still wraps his left foot round him, and it's a great save by De Gea. Stoke's been in the game. Two wonderful finishes by Man United have put them in the lead. I don't think Man United's been convincing, to be honest, but two wonderful goals, 2-0.
Yeah, Stoke will be disappointed they haven't found the net in that first half. They've certainly created the chances to do so, but Jose Mourinho will be very pleased. At the break, his team lead by 2-0. So back underway after a first half here at Old Trafford in which Stoke City played, I think we could agree, as well as could be expected. They created chances, however they found themselves 2 goals down at Old Trafford. Not very good defending, particularly for the second goal, allowing space for Anthony Martial, but whereas his shots flew into the net, the one from Valencia flew into the net, the opportunities that Stoke created, the 3 decent ones in the majority of that first half, they went wide, and then the one at the very end was just a world-class save from David De Gea. I'm not sure any goalkeeper saves that kind of shot better than he does. There's been one change in personnel over the break. Josh Tymon, the 18-year-old who was playing at left back for Stoke. He's gone off. Kevin Wimmer, the Austrian, the summer signing from Tottenham, he's come on in his place, and Wimmer is playing left back. It's still Martins in Indy and Kurt Zouma as the centre backs. So the Stoke team, Butland in goal, Bauer, Zouma, Martins Indy and Wimmer the back four, Joe Allen and Darren Fletcher in the middle of the midfield, Xherdan Shaqiri, who had that shot saved by De Gea at the end of the first half, Stephen Ireland, who put 2 shots wide, and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, who had a shot deflected out for a corner. They all had chances in that first half, those 3, and then Peter Crouch up as the spearhead. He's still leading the line. The Manchester United team, as Stoke try to come forward here with Choupo-Moting on the left hand side, gives it back to Joe Allen, and that's going to be cut out. Valencia wins the ball back for Manchester United. David De Gea the goalkeeper, Valencia, Jones, Smalling, Shaw, then Matic is the anchor, Lingard, Mata, Pogba, Martial and Lukaku. 2-0 Manchester United lead. Jones to Martial over the halfway line. No great urgency, the short sleeves and the gloves, and he gets the ball back from Jesse Lingard. And the one big thing that's changed since the first half is that it's no longer raining at Old Trafford. Here comes Juan Mata, breaking into the penalty area on the right hand side, onto his left boot, tries to cross. The defender did well to get in close. Joe Allen will pick it up on the edge of the D, gives it to Shaqiri, little dummy to himself, but Shaw isn't going to give up the battle. And as Shaqiri comes off the side of the pitch, and I think he's saying he was shouldered a bit forcefully there. There's a very sharp incline, a little dip immediately when you come off the pitch at Old Trafford, and Shaqiri went charging down that and he walloped into the advertising hoardings.
He should have played the ball. He had time to move it onto his left or right and just play it to Crouch, who was 30 yards ahead of him. He's trying to run round Shaw, he ends up nearly sitting in the stand. But Man United, it's game management now with Mourinho's team. You know what they'll do, they'll play, they'll keep the ball as much as possible. He'll take the 2-0 now.
Here is Smalling to Paul Pogba, who was the best player for Manchester United in the first half. Lukaku now from a central location swings it out to the left, and this is Luke Shaw. Low to the feet of Lingard, who's been well dealt with by Zouma, and Kurt Zouma comes away with possession out of the Stoke City defence. Oh, he tried to give it to Ireland. Pocket picked by Pogba. Here is Martial. Out comes Butland. Good save by the goalkeeper, diving bravely at the feet of Anthony Martial. Manchester United might have been in for their third.
Well, you know, Zouma, he's not the best on the ball, is he? He's a decent defender, mobile, quick, strong, but his distribution of time lets him down, and in that case it didn't. Martial tried to just lift it over Buckman, who made himself big, and it was a good save.
That mistake there just sums up where Stoke shoot themselves in the foot so often. Zouma breaking out of defence after a great tackle to win the ball, and then he just so cheaply gave it away, and he too was out of position, and he's fortunate his team were not punished. Still 2-0 to Manchester United. 5 Live to the BBC. You can also listen on the BBC Sport app and the BBC Sport website as Ireland tries to play the ball forward. It does eventually wriggle its way through to Choupo-Moting. He's on the edge of the penalty area, manages to get away from Smalling, but then runs into Valencia, and it's Pogba who comes away with possession for Manchester United. Just for a moment there it looked like Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting was going to get a side of goal in the penalty area. So we've played 4.5 minutes of the second half. Nemanja Matic plays it into space on the left hand side for Luke Shaw. Jose Mourinho still out prowling up and down on the edge of the technical area. Now he doesn't need the hood, but the rain has stopped. This is Smalling inside the centre circle, gives it short to Mata, to Pogba, who's on the halfway line. Some great passes from Paul Pogba in the first half, long range passes full of accuracy. Here is Mata back to Pogba once again, and here he goes, swings the left boot at it long towards the edge of the penalty area, controlled. I thought it was going to be controlled by Luke Shaw. He couldn't get it under his spell, and the ball goes out for a throw into Stoke.
Pogba, that left foot, loves that crossfield ball to Shaw, but this time didn't hit it correctly, and Shaw should have done better controlling it. Runs out of play. But again, very much like the first half, this contest. Stoke started quite brightly, nice give and goes, little triangles, without ever getting behind Manchester United, just playing in front of them, nice in possession.
Stoke's next 2 games are both at home. They host Huddersfield and they host Watford. As Maurice Bauer for a moment was cut out of possession, he's been adjudged to have fouled Jesse Lingard. That's going to be a free kick to Manchester United, attacking position for them down the left. Paul Lambert's first 3 games in charge of Stoke will be against Huddersfield, then Watford, then Bournemouth.
I expect her to win 2 of them 3, aren't you?
Well, have you seen much of Stoke this season?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But when you look at the fixtures and the form of the teams, you'd think if you're going to win games,
yeah, if they're going to, well, I mean, win 2 of those 3, and they'll almost certainly move out of the relegation zone. It's so congested, that bottom half of the Premier League table. I know exactly what you mean, though, Chris. I mean, that will be the target Paul Lambert will be setting for himself. And I think, from what he's seen tonight, iron out a few creases, sort out a bit of defence, and it's not impossible. They're not a complete lost cause, Stoke, as Bauer is found.
They're a nice football team. If you're going to listen, the transfer window's open. If he's going to get anybody in, he needs to find a bit of pace, doesn't he? If he puts a bit of pace to this team, I think they'll get away from it. The bottom.
The reason that we're told so many other names said no before Paul Lambert was brought in, does that indicate to you that maybe there's not much money available?
Well, you'd think that obviously when you get the job, and you'd always say, look, I can work with this group now, should be enough to stay up, and a lot of people will think that. But it just, there's a lot of similar players, aren't there? Nice giving goal players without legs.
The fear I think I'd have for Stoke fans is appointment to the end of the season to me smells of, well, we've nothing to spend right now, this is to see it through, rather than the long term, we're going to start rebuilding now. But time will tell on that. The breaking news tonight, if you missed it, from Mark Chapman at half-time, Manchester City, the BBC understands, have ended their interest in signing Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal. Matic rolls the ball back to Shaw. Stoke fans are making noise at the moment. What are they saying?
Paul Lambert's Red White Army, Barmy Army.
Barmy Army. Well, that's a vote of confidence, if nothing else, for Paul Lambert. The team won't be doing well here. The Stoke fans know that he's not had any faults so far, and they know he's here, the Stoke fans, and they're singing his name and wanting to welcome him to the club. It'll be done properly for sure in the home game against Huddersfield at the weekend. Lambert's heading to our left. Pogba sends a really accurate long crossfield pass that he's been doing all game over to Valencia. This comes back to Matic. Matic gives it back out again to Valencia. That's another very good ball. Valencia, the Ecuadorian, controls. He's the player who scored the goal that put Manchester United in front early in the first half. They scored after 8 minutes. Now Pogba, just outside the D, tries to wriggle into position, flicks it forward to Lukaku. Lukaku was trying to return it, and when he couldn't do that, on the second attempt he shot, and the shot was on target, it was accurate, but it was straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, don't try and be like Pogba, just hit it. And he did. He tried to flick it over his head to put Pogba in. Made a mess of that, but when he turned, it was a good effort. Straight at Buckland. 20 yards.
Tomorrow night on 5 Live, Leicester against Fleetwood is our pick of the FA Cup third round replays for commentary. Albeit West Ham against Shrewsbury. And we'll keep you up to date with all the FA Cup replays. On Wednesday, Chelsea host Norwich at Stamford Bridge in their third round replay after the 0-0 draw at Carrow Road. Stoke, of course, who are out of the FA Cup, having been beaten by League 2 Coventry. Manchester United, who are through to the fourth round already, they beat Derby here at Old Trafford, their last home game. This is the first home Premier League match of the calendar year 2018. Manchester United 2-0 in front. Jose Mourinho out of his technical area, bellowing instructions down there. Martial wins the ball, but the referee said he fouled to do so, and that's going to be a free kick to Stoke, crossing position on the right hand side.
Well, I didn't even think Lingard touched him there. He just seemed to fall over without any contact. The referee's bought it. Listen, this is a good free kick, a good angle to get it in there. They've got the centre halves up. They've brought Wimmer on at half time, who's a big player. Crouch, looking for a good delivery.
Here it comes from Shaqiri, headed away by Phil Jones, and Lingard plays it off Shaqiri, and that means it'll be a throw-in to Manchester United. Not a bad ball in by Shaqiri, but well headed away by Jones. And the Stoke fans are still singing Paul Lambert's name. Luke Shaw prepares to take the throw-in down below us, but otherwise, look around Old Trafford, it's just so flat. Throw-in from Shaw. Came off the top of the head of Moritz Bauer, this Austrian defender on his debut. Stoke won't hold on to possession. Martial relieved of the ball, though, as he does come over the halfway line. He's just holding his back. Anthony Martial, I think he's okay, though. Shaw wins the header. Martial will get a chance for one after, but the referee says he's fouled Moritz Bauer. Manchester United fans not pleased with that.
Well, he gets a lot of free kicks, Bauer, doesn't he?
So Bauer into Kurt Zuma. Stoke will battle on, but it's difficult to see how they're going to turn around this 2-goal deficit. Paul Lambert is sitting in the director's box. He's got his arms folded across his chest. Choupo-Moting to Stephen Ireland. Crouch back to Choupo-Moting again. Infield to Crouch again, and then he's tackled by Pogba, and then Peter Crouch adjusts to his foul Pogba in the immediate aftermath, and that's a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, Stoke play some nice football. You can't say they're not passing the ball around, and midfield in particular, they link up pretty well. They do triangles at moving the ball. They move it as good as most teams, but they've just got nothing going forward, Conor. And it's frustrating when people pick the ball up and you're looking for runners and movement and you're not seeing anything. So you go back in square, and eventually players just, their heads will drop.
Paul Pogba has now joined level with Kevin De Bruyne as the top assist creator in the Premier League this season. They've both got 9. Here is Martial, and again there's no one close to him as he gets into the penalty area. Eventually Stephen Ireland makes a tackle. Now the cross comes in, almost for Lingard. Here's Pogba in the box, again he's got room, goes for goal, takes a deflection, sails over the top for a corner. Stoke are not making tackles on the edge of their penalty area. They're not even getting close.
No, Martial really there was allowed to walk right into the box, and before anybody comes to him, it comes to Pogba. He's trying to hit it with the outside of his right foot and bend it in the top corner. There's a deflection. Corner
will be taken on the far side, the right, as Manchester United come forward attacking the Stretford end. Traditional red shirts, white shorts, black socks tonight. Stoke in the change strip of blue. Martial trying to give it back to Lingard from the short corner. It's all broken down, and this is where Stoke need to hit on the counter-attack, but they're unable to get away from their own penalty area, and eventually the ball goes out of play. It will be a Stoke throw-in, but there's no momentum of a counter-attack there after Manchester United players have come forward for the corner. Jose Mourinho still trudging up and down on the edge of the technical area down there. A little nod to the bench, and a few players are going to go warm up. Amongst them Fellaini and Herrera down there. As another Manchester United attack breaks down, Mata left the ball behind him on the far side. Allen will give it back to Wimmer. Wimmer clears away left-footed. Not a great clearance that. Manchester United come again. Luke Shaw, 15, now 20 yards inside the Stoke half, left-hand side. Pogba makes a run ahead of him. Steps into the penalty area, Paul Pogba. Pulls in a cross, picks out Martial. Chance is still there, must be. Saved by Butland. Martial should have scored.
He should have. Again, Pogba drifts into the box. Nobody really gets close to him. You can't allow him that time and space. He picks out Martial. He has a couple of stabs at it, but he should score, really. It's fell to him a couple of times. First one's blocked, second one, Buckner makes a decent save, but he should score.
Well, we've been praising Stoke a bit in the commentary. We've been at times critical of Manchester United, and people might be listening thinking, well, hang on, Manchester United are 2-0 up, are they really that bad? Just some statistics that show you how even the game have been. Both teams have had 8 shots, both teams have had 4 on target. It's just that Manchester United have scored with 2 of those, and the possession has been pretty close as well. Change coming up for Stoke, and they're going to take off Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, the Cameroon player who's been playing on the left wing, and they're going to bring on Ramadan Sobhi. So that is another change, second of the match from Eddie Nesvecki, the caretaker coach tonight, with Paul Lambert watching in the director's box. Ramadan scored a few goals recently,
and he'll actually enjoy playing on that left. That's his role. He likes to play wide, and he can run with the ball. He likes to take people on. So Choupo-Moting goes and takes his seat in the technical area. 3 goals in all competitions this season for Ramadan Sobhi, the Egyptian, and he does go across to take that place that Choupo-Moting was in. He scored twice in December. He got a goal against West Brom and he got a goal against Huddersfield. Let's see what he can do here tonight at Old Trafford as Lingard with lots of space, passes early, and he didn't need a pass that early, and he's given it straight to Bauer, who then nearly trips over and then is tripped by Lingard, who was able to smell blood when he saw the stumble. He thought, I'm in here, and he tried to run over the top of Bauer, and free kick has been awarded. You said it, Chris, he wins a lot of free kicks. He must get the most free kicks tonight. He's got to get that award.
So explain, for listeners who can't see, why is he getting so many free kicks?
Well, sometimes he's got a bad first touch and he overruns it and he ends up just getting there before the Man United player and he gets a free kick. But I don't know how many free kicks he's had so far.
And his Premier League debut, the January signing from Ruben Kazan. Moritz Bauer, the right back tonight for Stoke, as Martins Indy regains possession near the halfway line. This is Darren Fletcher back at his old stomping ground. He's been to West Brom, of course, since leaving Manchester United. Here is Kurt Zouma under pressure from Lingard. Oh, Fletcher's made a mistake here. Lukaku's ready to pounce. Fletcher trying to get back. Lukaku to the edge of the penalty area for Lingard, and now Mata. This could be it. Mata fails to hit the target across the face of goal and wide.
So unlucky. He really bent that, he placed it to try to get the bottom corner. Again, Zouma coming out with the ball, not comfortable in possession. Bad pass to Fletcher. And Lukaku breaks away, gives it square. Lingard could have hit it, say to roll out to Mata, definitely onside. That's unlucky, very unlucky.
That was quite unselfish from Jesse Lingard, given the run of goals he's on at the moment. 8 goals in his last 10 games, but his only thought was to shift it onto Mata unselfishly. Mata will be upset he didn't hit the target. 3-0, I think it will be absolutely all over tonight at Old Trafford. It feels that way at 2-0 already. Just played over the hour mark. There's plenty of time for Stoke to get back in this game, but since Shaqiri brought that wonderful save out of David De Gea at the end of the first half, De Gea has not been tested at all. And Fletcher fouled by Lingard, and there's going to be a yellow card shown to Jesse Lingard for that trip on the former Manchester United player Darren Fletcher.
Well, you know, if you're going by the rules, that is a yellow card. Pogba should have had one, I thought, first half, but the referee, he's caught him. It's right, and Fletcher's having to say to the referee, why you not book him? And he said, yeah, okay, I'll book him. So, but Stoke playing nice football, don't go anywhere.
Here they go, Stoke. Joe Allen forward to Ramadan Sobhi, who's just come on. He's immediately tackled by Paul Pogba. It's been a good game for Paul Pogba tonight for Manchester United. As Shaw clears it away, too high for Martial, and that will roll all the way through to Kurt Zouma. Darren Fletcher is probably the most relieved man inside Old Trafford. It was his hesitation that allowed Lukaku to attack the penalty area, that chance that ultimately Mata put wide a moment ago. Little Shaqiri jumps and just about manages to keep the ball in play, and Bauer's off on one of these storming runs again, and he's all thrust and sprint, isn't he? But he puts the ball too far in front of him, and it's taken away and cleared. But he is making every effort on his debut, is Moritz Bauer, to impress. There's no shortage of running. Now though, he's got to get back, and I have to say he's a bit sluggish. There's no sprint now. Unfortunately for him, Matic with a terrible pass. Otherwise Martial had loads of room because Bauer was completely out of position.
I think he'll have to have a couple of days off him. You want to put that thing on and say he's run 10 miles today. He's run about 45 so far.
He's been out of the box like a coiled spring.
Fans' favourite. Look at him, he's pretending his socks are down so he can get a breather. Look.
Yes. Rolling up socks that are already rolled up is a good example of gasping for air. 2-0 Manchester United lead at Old Trafford. Great to have Chris Waddle alongside us for commentary on 5 Live. Here comes Luke Shaw. Now, can he hold up? Darren Fletcher here, delivers across. Now, Lingard's in the penalty area. Oh, he's done well there. Lingard to allow the ball come to him. Tees it up from Mata, who puts it too high. Should have hit the target again. Yeah,
Joe Allen did well. He closed Mata down at the last second, but player his ability, you would think he hit the target. Lingard does ever so well. Good strength, holds the ball up well and just rolls it to Mata, who Joe Allen did well, hustled him.
The way Lingard allowed that ball to come to himself in the penalty area showed a maturity, showed a relaxed player. He's comfortable, knows what he's doing, knows he's in form. For you, do you think Jesse Lingard will start for England at the World Cup?
Oh, I don't know. We've got Dele Alli and obviously Harry Kane will start, but it'll be interesting. I know he likes him, doesn't he? He gives great energy.
Here he comes again, Lingard in front of Lukaku, into the penalty area on his right foot, and saved by the right foot of Butland. Here is Lingard with the follow-up. It's turned in, but it's not going to count. Mata in front of the goalkeeper, backheeled it in, but by doing so, he was in an active offside position. And the flag goes up on the far side. Even if he hadn't had a touch on that ball, Mata, he's still offside, right in front of the goalkeeper. Stays at 2-0. Mata's had some chances in the second half already. Still 25 minutes of normal time to go at Old Trafford. Manchester United looking to move to within 12 points of Manchester City at the top of the Premier League table. And the free kick is given for a foul on Lukaku, and Lukaku wants a bit of afters here with Bruno Martins Indy, and they're both squaring up to each other, but it's all a bit of handbags. Free kick to Manchester United.
He's getting frustrated, Lukaku, and he's had a couple of chances, hasn't took them, and he's saying, I've been fouled now 3 or 4 occasions and you've not done anything about it.
The referee's having a long word with both players. Anthony Taylor, the referee, hasn't shown a red card in the Premier League this season yet. Taylor, he shows a yellow card first to Lukaku. And is there going to be one as well? No, there was it just one shown there?
Yep,
just one for Lukaku. The challenge was from Bruno Martins Indy. That was a free kick, but it's the reaction from Lukaku that's seen his name put in the notebook. Play back underway. Matic takes the free kick to Juan Mata. Valencia scored the first goal tonight, and then that's definitely a foul on Mata on the far side by Stephen Ireland, and the referee is reaching for the notebook again.
Well, they've just got to keep the concentration and discipline. Stoke, they've done okay, but they're getting frustrated now.
Stephen Ireland, a former Manchester City player, so he's never going to get the warmest of receptions at Old Trafford. He went across to help Mata back up to his feet. Mata did take the hand. Sometimes players just brush it away. Mata now preparing to take the free kick. Crossing position, wide on the right for Manchester United, looking for a third goal tonight with a quarter of the game remaining. Here is Nemanja Matic. Oh, look at the room for Luke Shaw here. Goes around Joe Allen, shoots, does Luke Shaw, but it's miles wide.
He said in the programme in an interview he'd like to score a goal for Man United, didn't he? Have to keep trying, mate.
He would like to score a goal for any club. Luke Shaw's never scored a club goal in his career. Former Southampton man, and that was miles off target, absolutely miles off target. Goal kick for Butland, quiet around Old Trafford. Sense of routine now at 2-0 on the scoreboard. Here is Shaqiri. A Stoke goal would enliven things greatly. Shaqiri tries to flick it forward, looking for Stephen Ireland, nodded down by Luke Shaw. And then forward from Bauer. Ireland, good pass into space for Ramadan. Now he got Valencia between him and the penalty area. Ramadan shoots underneath it and miles too high.
Good move. Listen, Ireland picks the ball up. We're going to make a substitution, Stoke, but yeah, he should. That's gone nearly into Stoke fans, by the way, that shot.
So here comes the change. Peter Crouch is going to depart Old Trafford. For quite a while now he's been one goal behind Jonathan Walters in the all-time Premier League records goal-scoring tally for Stoke, and again another evening in which he's grafted, he's won a lot of headers, but he's not been able to find the back of the net. And coming on to replace him is a former Manchester United player. Mame Biram Diouf comes on against his old team. He only ever scored one Premier League goal in his Manchester United days, did Diouf, but he'd love to score one against them now this evening. Here comes Lukaku, forward for Manchester United. Well, the intention was to put it in front of Martial, but much too much power on that, and it went all the way through to Butland. Two very good goals for Manchester United tonight, but not much else to shout about in terms of attacking play. It looks like Diouf is going to play as the main centre forward, having come on to replace Crouch. He often plays as a wide man, but he's going to play through the middle here.
Well, he will give him a bit of pace. Peter Crouch is more of a target, we know that, and Peter Crouch has done alright tonight, playing up there on his own. But if Man United don't need to play high, they're not chasing the game, so he's not going to get that much space to run into.
Manchester United come from deep. Paul Lambert still sits in the director's box and looks, and officially becomes Stoke manager tomorrow, and he'll be taking charge of a team in the relegation zone. If it stays like this, Stoke remain on 20 points, 1 point from fourth bottom. Southampton are the nearest team. They're fourth bottom on 21 points. Just above them Brighton and Newcastle, both on 23. Then Huddersfield and Bournemouth, both on 24. You got Crystal Palace and West Ham both on 25. They're all within touching distance. So at least Paul Lambert knows that this place here. The noise inside Old Trafford because hailstones are now rattling against the roof of the stand. Here is Martial winning possession for Manchester United. Gives it in field to Paul Pogba, who's been man of the match so far. Here he comes, over the halfway line. Lukaku can't dig it out to Valencia on the far side. Ramadan intercepts up to Mame Biram Diouf, got tackled by Smalling. And the hiss of the hailstones on the roof continue. Here he comes again, Maurice Bauer on his Run Forest Run impersonation.
I think that's his nickname at the club. It's got to be Forest, hasn't it?
It's got to be Forest. Infield, Pogba makes the interception. Lingard's away here. Fletcher's trying to stay goal side of him. He's done well, Darren Fletcher. Lingard, though, still with a forward thrust. Gets almost to the edge of the penalty area. Lays it off to Anthony Martial. Now into the box. Might have been a handball from Lukaku. Play on to the referee. Lukaku shoots. Lukaku scores. And I think it's going to count. Stoke are appealing that it was handball, but it's a goal for Romelu Lukaku. And it's 3-0 to Manchester United. He'll say it was ball to hand. He'll say it wasn't intentional. And whereas the Stoke defence may have hesitated, the Belgian international certainly didn't. Scored here against Derby in the FA Cup 10 days ago, and he scored to make it 3-0.
Well, he gave the ball away. Lingard travels with it, makes 30-40 yards up. No pressure as it comes into him. I can see the claim for the handball. It's a great finish. He gets half a yard back to goal, puts his left foot through it. Buckland absolutely no chance. But is there a handball? Hard to say on the angles we're getting on replays here, but it's a great finish. He knows where the goal is, never lifts his head up, keeps his eye. No, I don't think it was a handball. Very good finish.
Yes, tucked it low into the corner. It is a 17th goal for Manchester United for Romelu Lukaku. And I think he would have taken that. The start of the season when he arrived, he was told 17 goals by mid-January. That's a decent return.
Very good.
And, you know, he had that great run at the start, then he had the barren spell, and I think that's taken a lot of the gloss off it. But if you take the season as a whole, he's doing okay. Throw in on the far side. He's done well in Europe as well. I think it's 5 goals in 7 games, I think it is, in Europe. Here is Fletcher to Joe Allen. The hill just got steeper for Stoke to climb. Still have 17 minutes plus the stoppages to go here. And this could become 4 or 5 if Manchester United are in the mood. Bauer, he took his eye off it. Martial was quick in to intercept. Bauer sprinting back, trying to get goal side. Martial with only Lukaku ahead of him. Clips the heel of a defender. Comes back to Anthony Martial. Now Mata has it again on the right edge of the penalty area. Pogba goes on a run. Here now is Pogba. Chance to cross. He's got 3 teammates in the penalty area. He's dragging it backwards, hopping with the ball at his feet is Pogba. And he wants to win a corner, and Ramadan keeps it in. And Stoke are trying to play their way out of trouble, and that's a high-risk game, and it's been given away to Valencia. Sometimes Stoke need to just clear it away. Now surely they will do. Ramadan, 10 yards outside his own box, rolls it back to Martin Zindi, and the weather is torrential down there. Absolutely teeming down on the pitch. Smalling wins back possession. Lingard to Mata. Stoke struggling to get a touch at the moment. Manchester United turning the screw, and for the first time tonight, real volume for the Manchester United fans in a non-goal moment. And I think they realise that their team are very much on top now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's game over when the second goal went in. You just can't see Stoke scoring plenty goals, and they've got deeper and deeper as the game's gone on, Stoke, and it's just become so hard. Manchester United, without really having to do a great deal today, they've had 3 great finishes, I've got to say, on the goals. Pogba's been very good, but apart from that, you wouldn't say it was an outstanding performance. They've done a job on Stoke.
Paul Lambert will be interesting to see how his team react now in the closing 15 minutes. They're not going to come back to win this game, but you know, sometimes it has got embarrassing away from home for them this season. They let in 5 at Chelsea, they let in 5 at Tottenham, they let in 7 against Manchester City. Let's see if Stoke, now that Mark Hughes has been relieved of his position, if they've got the mental toughness to keep this somewhat respectable. Here comes Anthony Martial. Manchester United playing with a freedom now. Bauer's out of position. Where is he? Here is Luke Shaw. Left hand side, rolls it into the box to Martial. Defenders backing off him again. Martial edges closer to the 6-yard box, that eventually, when it is cleared into the centre, that's where Bauer was. He was lurking on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he's able to clear it away. But it's just wave after wave of Manchester United attack now. This is Matic. Martial lost his boot there, and he's putting it back on inside the penalty area. Mata to Shaw. Shaw back to Matic, and this is the halfway line, left-hand side of the pitch. Jose Mourinho's got his big, heavy padded hood on again, but he's just going to whip it off his forehead. Mata now has it on the left-hand side. Stoke at the moment can't get a touch, and they've made their changes as well. Juve and Ramadan and Wimmer, the 3 substitutes, have already been made. Here is Valencia on the far side for Manchester United, gives it in field to Paul Pogba, and now into Matic. It's very easy at the moment for Manchester United. Martial further forward, and it's his lack of concentration more than anything that sees Manchester United lose the ball.
It's getting easy for them really, and now they're getting sloppy a little bit, which happens. Rashford and Fellaini's going to be coming on any minute.
Well, do you know what? You don't see this often. They're going to make 3 substitutions all at the one time, Manchester United. McTominay, Rashford and Fellaini are all getting ready to come on. I remember Jose Mourinho one time when he was Chelsea boss, and they were down at half-time against Newcastle, I think, away from home, and he brought on 3 subs at half-time. It was a real statement to say, I'm going to change things. And here, Jose Mourinho with his team 3-0 in front, and as much as anything...
Well, Stoke now basically have given up on the game, haven't they? I know it's 3-0 down, but they're just sitting deep, and it is damage limitation for you. I think they're sitting there thinking, we're not coming out, we're not going to get back into the game, but we're going to stop Man United hopefully not scoring another goal.
Stoke have now conceded 50 goals in the Premier League this season. That is more than anyone else, a lot more than anyone else. But that's going to be the first line on the notepad that Paul Lambert has on his desk tomorrow morning. Defending. Here is Valencia on the right hand side. Manchester United 3, Stoke City 0. The goals from Valencia and Martial and Lukaku. 3 well taken goals. Here comes Lingard, edging towards the D. Martial plays a little bit of ball tennis with himself on the edge of the penalty area. Manchester United can afford to do that now. They hold on to possession. Martial rolls it back to Phil Jones. Well, 9 outfield players within 10-12 yards of the Stoke penalty area for Manchester United here. They are in an attacking mode. Here is Luke Shaw. Back to Pogba, back to Shaw again. Stoke can't get a touch. It's going to be a long closing 12 minutes for the visitors. Here is Mata, crossing position on the left-hand side. Short to Martial, the toying with Stoke now. Pogba gets involved. It's tiki-taka football on the edge of the penalty area. None of these passes more than 3 or 4 yards. Here comes it into the penalty area. Mata flicks it on and hits the post. What a goal that would have been. The flag was raised anyway, surely not for Mata.
Lukaku had a swing at it. I think that put the keeper off, so the flag went up.
It wouldn't have counted anyway. What a goal it would have been, though. What a touch from Juan Mata. That's right up his street. Right, so is it going to be a triple change all at once? Let's see. Certainly Fellaini's coming on, and the player will be coming off is Jesse Lingard. Martial is also coming off. Rashford will come on for him, and I think McTominay's, although he's stripped down and ready to come on, I think Jose Mourinho's going to want to bring him on at a different juncture in just a moment. But Rashford presumably will play wide left where Martial has been, and Fellaini will shore up the middle, slightly more defensive role than that which Lingard had been operating in. 3-0 to Manchester United, and Jose Mourinho bringing on fresh legs. For Fellaini, by the way, it's his first Premier League appearance since November.
Well, there's a lot of talk of Fellaini leaving, isn't there? Going to Turkey or Italy or wherever.
He did play in the FA Cup 10 days ago. Throw in for Manchester United. All the jeopardy has seeped away from this game, such as the dominance now on the scoreboard. The fact that Stoke in the first half created chances, they just haven't done so in the second half. Smalling out to the right back Valencia. Now this is Mata. He's turned Wimmer too easily there. And Kevin Wimmer, who's already made more appearances in the Premier League for Stoke in the first half of this season than he did in his 2 years at Tottenham. Here's Pogba, edge of the penalty area. That's lovely. Back to Mata, and Wimmer did recover well to block the cross and put it out for the corner. But Manchester United, every time they come forward now, looking dangerous.
Yeah, Stoke really looking tired. lost a lot of confidence, and Pogba again, a lot of space, few step overs, lovely weighted reverse pass for Mata, who tried to stand up. He's actually tried to fizz it across the goal. He could have stood that up.
He's had a good game tonight, Juan Mata, and Pogba's just edged in for the big moments, but Mata's been very, very good. Here he is taking the corner, played in towards Pogba. Stoke get it away, chested down by Ireland, and cleared away by Moritz Bauer. Smalling controls on the halfway line. He's got Jones with him. Short to Luke Shaw. Manchester United playing from right to left as we look down. They're attacking the Stretford end. Fellaini with the big bush of hair. Short to Paul Pogba. And play forward by Valencia to Mata. Ramadan tries to get close. Ramadan's done well. He's won possession back for Stoke. They've not done that sort of challenge anywhere near enough in this second half of Stoke, winning the ball back one-on-one. Joe Allen's in trouble. Mata nearly getting it back for Manchester United once again, but Bauer was able to roll it back to the goalkeeper. That's a terrible clearance by Jack Butland. Nobody was sprinting in at him to put pressure, but he's rushed the clearance. He's just spiked it up into the air, and instead of what should have been a routine clearance, well, they're fortunate they didn't give away a corner. It will, though, be a goal kick. McTominay's going to come on now, so this will be the sixth and final substitution of the game. Just seeing on our monitor a close-up of the face of Paul Lambert, who, well, he never looks too joyous at the best of times, does he? He can often just sit there with a bit of a sulky expression, even if his team is doing well in a game. But he'll know he won't be held accountable for what's happened tonight, but he knows that it is now his job to put it right going forward. It's not going to be an easy job to get this Stoke team firing and ensure that they do stay in the Premier League. Juan Mata gets warm applause around Old Trafford. He's the man who goes off to allow Scott McTominay to come on for the last, 8 minutes or so of the game.
Yeah, Mata's done well tonight. Lively. Likes to get on the ball, isn't he? Very talented footballer.
I mentioned a few moments ago that Stoke had now conceded 50 goals in the Premier League this season. They are actually the first team in Europe's big 5 leagues to concede 50 this campaign. So it just sort of puts a context on it. This is a lot of goals this team have been conceding. And remember, tonight they made 3 changes to the back 4, so you know they've rotated the personnel. That's not improved. It could be that a change of system is going to be needed. And of course, the remaining days of the transfer window might well be used in trying to shore up that position and bring in some more defenders. 3-0 to Manchester United here on 5 Live Sport from the BBC. We're also live on the BBC Sport app. FA Cup tomorrow, Leicester against Fleetwood. The Vardy derby. He didn't play in the first game, did he, Jamie Vardy? But he'll hope to be involved tomorrow. And then Wednesday night we'll bring you Chelsea against Norwich. I commentated the first meeting of those two in Carrow Road. Norwich did very well in the match. Now they've got to try and do it all again at Stamford Bridge. Here come Manchester United. Valencia's made a great run down the right hand side. He's got the ball into the penalty area, rolls it in for Rashford, who tried the little back heel, and you've got to say his technique was good, but Butland made a good brave save diving in his feet.
Yeah, good move again, Pogba. I don't know what Vima's doing. I know he's not a left back. I argue he's not, but his position there was shocking. He just stuck a leg up with it. Anyway, it's a good ball in, and great run by Rashford. Gets across the near post, little flick, great reaction save.
They are missing a few defenders. I mean, Ryan Shawcross, an obvious one. Eric Peters has got a hamstring injury. Shawcross, I think, is sitting in the director's box, presumably near Paul Lambert. Glenn Johnson is injured as well. I think he's quite a long-term injury, though. But Paul Lambert, I mean, there's no shortage of defenders, but it's just finding the right mix that's not going to concede 50 goals in, what is it now, 23 games. Here is Ramadan near the centre circle. Darren Fletcher has put in a decent shift tonight against his old team, but it's been difficult. And it's very hard not to think back to those chances in the first half when Stephen Ireland especially had 2 opportunities in the penalty area, couldn't hit the target with either of them. And the chance from Shaqiri that was denied by a world-class save from David De Gea. Those are the moments that have won the game for Manchester United as much as anything. Here is Mame Beramjouk, shoots, saved by De Gea. The follow-up is the side netting. Stoke supporters thought it was in, they were cheering, they saw the net ruffle, but it's the side netting on the outside, and it's still 3-0 to Manchester United.
That's the difference, isn't it? You put your chances away. And you had 2 bites at the cherry. I mean, it's a great chest brings it down. Smart, great reaction saved by De Gea, but the second one, even if he shoots across the goal, you've got Aylan coming in for a tap in if it wasn't going on target. He just lashes at it, he snatches at it, there's no composure.
I think the last 10-15 minutes Manchester United have definitely been on top, but game as a whole, Stoke have had every bit as good and every bit as many chances as Manchester United in this game. And if Paul Lambert is looking for silver linings, he'll say, well, come on, we're creating these chances. If we can take them, we won't be in the relegation zone for long. Goal kick to Stoke. Rashford had wanted a corner, and he actually sort of slammed the ball down into the ground there, Marcus Rashford, in frustration. Only there was a need for that. 74,726 the attendance tonight, so virtually a full house. We did mention there was a few thousand empty plastic seats dotted around the place, but it's still a very big crowd on a Monday night. And this, by the way, for those of you like your quirky stats, and I know many of you don't, but this will be the first time that Stoke will have lost a Premier League game on a Monday night. Here is Valencia on the halfway line. 3 minutes plus the add-ons to go. Matic midway inside his own half. No real urgency now, just sprays it over to the near side to Phil Jones. Juve tries to close him down. Fellaini will have it. Nice conditions for Fellaini to come into the team tonight. The team's so dominant. Scoreline such in Manchester United's favour. He's enjoying his run out down there, Marouane Fellaini. It'd be a different matter if they were chasing a goal in the game. Here is Luke Shaw now, and this is Marcus Rashford. Well, after Manchester City dropped points yesterday, Manchester United have done the best they could do this evening. They've surely now secured the 3 points. They will move up to 50 points, 12 behind Manchester City. A few more wobbles from Pep Guardiola's team, and we might be talking about a title race, but it's going to take a few more unlikely wobbles. McTominay allows the ball to bounce. He knows it's going out of play on the far side, so it's pretty much petering out here at Old Trafford. The goals from Valencia and Martial and Lukaku, and Jose Mourinho will look at whoever signed off in the budget for that warm weather trip to Dubai and said, well, that was money well spent. Look, we've put in a very good performance tonight. Here is Pogba on the halfway line to Shaw, turns and rolls it back to Jones. This is all Manchester United possession. Stoke not even feeding off scraps at the moment. Shaw back to Jones, back to De Gea. Juve's going to put pressure on him, but De Gea naturally just clips it low to Matic. Manchester United build from deep. The fourth goal tonight would really put an emphatic stamp on this scoreline. I think that would be a little bit unfair to Stoke, the way they've played in the game, but Jose Mourinho would like it. Here is Lukaku, 15 yards inside the Stoke half. Plays it in high. Pogba's made a good run here. Good defending by Zuma. He was under pressure there. Pogba was behind him. He needed a touch, any touch, and he got it out for a corner.
Well, it's been very easy for Man United second half, and really once that third goal went in, Stoke's confidence gone, heads dropped, and it's been very easy for Manchester United this second half, and that was nearly the fourth.
Rashford prepares to take the corner, left hand side rapidly emptying. Stretford end now, terrible corner, cleared away by the first defender, Wimmer, at the near post. Shaw will pick it up for Manchester United. Shaqiri tries to wrestle it off him. Play on, says the referee. I think Shaqiri did foul Shaw there, but Manchester United still have it. That's a good ball. Matic to Rashford in the penalty area, goes around Stephen Ireland, tries to shoot, no power on it, easily saved by Botland.
Well, it was a decent chance. He got a little bit of luck, didn't he, as he goes past Ireland, but then he's trying to aim for that far corner to bend it, and he's just mishit it slightly and straight into the arms of Buckland.
Do you think Paul Lambert will be a sort of carrot or a stick type, first team talk that he gives his new charges?
Well, I think what he'll work on from probably now to the next game is, yes, they can pass the ball quite well, especially in the midfield, but they've got nothing great, let's be honest, going beyond. Steve Lane got in a couple of times first off. Steve Lane actually stretching now. Look, he's got cramp now in both legs. So he's got to get somehow out to get in that final third with a bit of pace. Because at the minute, a nice football team, but they haven't got anybody who can run behind.
There are only 2 minutes being added on, and I think the officials have taken a bit of mercy on everyone now and said, well, come on, blow it up, ref. It's not going to change at this stage. There was actually a little smile between Jose Mourinho and Eddie Nesvecchi. I think they might have agreed that we don't need much more of this now. With the result no longer in doubt, Eddie Nesvecki. It must be a strange mood for him at the moment, because we know he's good friends with Mark Hughes. He's worked with him a lot in the past, and Hughes is gone, the new man Lambert's coming in. Nesvecki can tell the grandkids he managed a team in the Premier League at Old Trafford against Jose Mourinho. He mightn't mention the score, mind you. Pogba plays the ball forward, and that's the worst pass Pogba's played today. Some of them been sparkling, and that just goes out for a goal kick. So for Manchester United, Burnley at Turf Moor on Saturday. No one's found it easy to go there this season. And then Yeovil away in the FA Cup. Those are the forthcoming matches for Jose Mourinho's team, and of course the Champions League will be getting back underway before too long as well, early in February. Here is Pogba forward to McTominay, just tangles with a defender, Martins Indi. I don't think Martin Indi fouled in there, actually. I thought they just ran into each other, but the referee thinks it was a foul, does he?
Yeah, he's given the free kick right on the edge of the D, middle of the goal. It's a lovely ball again, Pogba. He's played very well tonight. He's had a lot of time and space. I know people say, he's had time, he could do what he wants, but he's still got to do the passes, and some of them have been brilliant.
Pogba is the man who's placed the ball for this free kick. He'd love to have the final say here. We have played 1 minute 50 of the 2 minutes being added on for stoppages. This will most likely be the last goal-scoring opportunity of the match. Pogba, who has scored 3 goals this season, the most recent of them in November. And it's right on the edge of the D, central location. The wall is lined up along the penalty spot pretty much. Jack Butland's got to crouch down to try and peer through them. Is that Martial who's standing in the wall trying to be a distraction? It's Pogba and it's way too high, and it's floated over the top. And that is the final action of the game. So 3-0, job done for Jose Mourinho's team on their return from their warm weather training base in Dubai. And for Stoke, well, it's no buck to the trend that has seen them in the relegation zone. And it has already cost Mark Hughes its job. Paul Lambert has come to have a good look tonight to see what he can change. And if anything, he just realises it's a big, big job. Chris Waddle.
Yeah, he does. He'll probably look and think, I've got some nice footballers in midfield in particular. They look after the ball very well. Needs something up front to play alongside Crouch or somebody with pace. And that's what's let the team down, really. They've had chances, all right, first off. But Man United, I thought, managed the game very well with a wow effect. I think they've scored 3 excellent goals. Could have scored a couple more, we know that, but they've just managed the game very well tonight. And Pogba, the best player in the park.
Yeah, it was business-like from Manchester United tonight. The goals, Valencia early on, Martial and Lukaku. It's finished Manchester United 3, Stoke City 0.